There were some players in the ecosystem that were still trying to protect our traditional business. And that, I think, InsurTech Hub, for example, has been a good forum to discuss whether that's a suitable strategy, or whether we should rather cooperate and find ways how to really serve the customer in the way he's expected to be served today, and thus stay relevant as an industry. And for this, if you do this in your own company, in your own organization, there's a high risk that some business unit leader with a strong book and a strong track record will manage to avoid that you're really going into that direction. If you're doing it in a larger forum with different voices and different perspectives, it will be easier to defend this way of rethinking. All of a sudden, we were requested to cooperate. We've been market leader for more than 100 years. Cooperation is not in our genes, I must admit, and we had to make sure that we are open to this. So you do this from a methodological point of view. You think agile. You start design thinking methodologies. You really learn. They all say they want to go global, and that is the right attitude to have. At the same time, they will have to start somewhere. So the first thing we're providing them with is data, a use case, something to chew on, something to really try their technology or their methodology or their product on. So really, you think global, you want to create a scalable business, but you have to start it somewhere. So I think it doesn't matter whether it's Munich Re or Allianz or whether it's Münchner Verein or LV 1871. These are all experts in what they're doing, and they can provide you with customer access and data and also expertise on how this business is being done. Because if you want to disrupt the business, you better talk to someone who's been doing it for the last 50 years, because otherwise you will not understand what you're disrupting. And I think that's the second thing. So first thing is POCs and use cases and data. The second thing is expertise. The third thing is moderate this process and this dialogue between, okay, what are you really trying to do, and how can we help? The academic quality is very high. I mean, having Technische Universität München, having LMU as cluster universities, and also in Nuremberg, in other cities in the region, definitely helps. So because you need good people and you need good universities that people would go to, not only from Munich or Bavaria or Germany. We're not interested in that. We were interested in the right brains. So how do you attract them? And we've got attractive, I find we've got an attractive academic system. The second thing is, of course, I mean, when people move to wherever it is, they need to make sure that if they don't find the right environment, the right topics, the right development path in a company, they can go and join another company, another organization without having to move again. Especially when people are not in their 25s anymore, but when they're in their early 30s or their mid 30s, when they have children and when they have families, so they tend to be slightly less flexible. So you need to. So it is interesting for them, and that's what they tell me, is that if it doesn't work out for them with us, they can go and join someone else and find an attractive employer and attractive topics to work on. Well, after all, it's about cross-industry innovation and being able to use different aspects of and different perspectives on industries and combine them. So cross-industry innovation definitely is one of the necessities to innovate today, and one of the strengths of the region and in Bavaria as well. You have to open up, because otherwise other industries will take over what you've been providing customers with. And at the end of the day, it's the customer who chooses. And he doesn't care whether it's the insurer or the banking industry or whoever does it. They are just interested in in a service that works well and that looks nice and that's not too expensive. And that's why we're opening up also in this direction. And here also, fortunately, we're finding an ecosystem or different ecosystems that are very complementary to what we're doing. Never underestimate the Bavarians. They're grumpy in the first place, but that's their reputation. But man, can they be insistent and thoughtful and colorful? And I think what we're doing in Bavaria as an economy, as a system, proves that these people have ideas and they know how to go after them.